of gladness gleaming, to cheer the wanderer lone and tempest-tossed. No storms can hide that radiance peaceful beaming, since Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible when my heart is broken, when sin and grief have filled my soul with fear. Give me the precious words by Jesus spoken. Hold up faith's lamp to show my Savior near. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, all my steps enlighten, teach me the dangers of these realms below. That lamp of safety o'er the gloom shall brighten, that light alone the path of peace can show. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, lamp of life immortal, hold up that splendor by the open grave. Show me the light from heaven's shining portals, show me the glory gilding Jordan's wave. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Break thou the bread of life, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst break the loaves beside the sea. Beyond the sacred page, I seek thee, Lord. My spirit pants for thee, O living word. Bless thou the truth, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst bless the bread by Galilee. Then shall all bondage cease, all fetters fall, and I shall find my peace, my all in all.
Good afternoon. Old Prospector here. It's a beautiful afternoon here. Actually, it's not even afternoon here. Back in the bus, back in the bush, back in the bush. They're all, terrible taskmasters around here. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you with us. I still get to hear the birds singing. Tweet, tweet. But the seat's a little more comfortable in here than it was out there at the picnic bench. I had to come in here, though, because I needed to put my phone on the charger. How are things going over there where you're at, Betty? Is it doing good? How's Brother Alan doing? Holding up? Hmm. Am I upside down? Now I kind of look. Oh no. Well, we will put Alan on our prayer list then for the evening for COVID. Prayers that he gets. What? Betty, I think Alan is made of very stern stuff. Hang on, I'm going to take you for a spin. That's weird because that's the way it looks proper like. Okay, then. Turn it around. Hello, Laura. How are you doing today? All done with your meetings for today? Weird. We need to put Alan on our prayer list for COVID. What does Brother Alan do, if you don't mind me asking, Betty? He sounds like a very busy man. Ah. Well, that is interesting. I hope you don't mind that I'm having a little bit of my snack there right in front of you. Oh, I see. Well, that would make him rather busy. Having worked as a gas station employee, that would make him rather busy. That's the gas station that's at Walmart's, right? At least it is over here in the. Um, it is over here in Iowa. Ezra, make sure you share this to Reader's Chat Group Messenger and to Teresa directly. There's only like one person in the store at a time anyway, as in most of that transactions people are standing outside here in um, here in Iowa. So there's only like one employee in the store, and everybody else stands outside to do their transactions. Hey, Reba. One of those managers, huh? Betty. I heard that in your voice. He's one of those managers. Well, it's also obvious that he takes pride in his work. Something that is also lacking in a lot of this generation. Which I think seems to be kind of a common complaint, because as teenagers, we really don't have that maturity level to take a lot of pride in our. I mean, a lot of teenagers don't, regardless of the year or the generation. Um, the complaint is they don't take a lot of pride in their work, and then as they get older, they mature, and then they start to realize, you know what, this is a reflection of me, and they develop that maturity. And then they begin to take more pride in their work. Some of them never grow beyond that, but you know what I'm saying. Hello, Ezra or Alicia. Ezra's my tech dude today. All right, well, let me wash down my chips. Gotcha. He was always the one who could do anything he wanted, move anything he needed. And now he can't. But he still tries to, right? And that's one of the things I've had to learn with my back the way it is I can't do things the way I used to. And it frustrates me because I used to be the type that people called upon when they needed things moved. I used to go out there and throw hay bales and could go with them from sun up, sundown type of a situation. I used to be the one that they needed something, some hammer swung or axe swung or metal bent or whatever, and you needed to move a piano. Well, call Levi. Something like that. Need a refrigerator moved? Now I can't. And it's so frustrating. And at the same time, makes me feel useless. So I know a lot of, or at least I think I know a lot of what he might be going through and feeling. All he could do was entertain Lexi. And a lot of times that's a lot. I mean, when in that situation, that's a lot. And it may not be what we want to be doing because we want to be in there helping, but at the same time, we may be keeping her out from underfoot, which allows more work to be done, right? Yeah. So. No, I understand. All right, let's go ahead and get into Psalm 3 is where we're examining the vein that we're examining today. Psalm 3, which is a psalm of David from when he fled from Absalom, when his son. Let's see what nuggets we can add to our jar today. For we know that there are gold in these pages. Jehovah, how are my adversaries increased? Many are they that rise up against me. Many many there are that say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. But thou, O Jehovah, art a shield about me, my glory and the lifter up of my head. I cry unto Jehovah with my voice, and he answereth me out of his holy hill. I laid me down and slept, I awaked, for Jehovah sustaineth me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of the people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Jehovah, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongeth unto Jehovah. Thy blessing be upon thy people. Hello again, Teresa. Good to see you. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? I mean, it seems like it wasn't too long ago. Psalm 3, a psalm of David when he fled from Absalom his son. As we examine this, the first two verses, and the psalm goes through like two verses and then a pause. The word Selah means to meditate, to pause for reflection. So, and that's why you don't see me reading that, because that is more of an instruction to the singer to pause and let people meditate upon what was just said or sang. So, as we read this, Jehovah, how are mine adversaries increased? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there are that say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. We are to stop and we are to consider how many adversaries we have. How many times have people said that there isn't any help for him or for her? Not even God can help them. And that's how sad of a condition do you think that is for people to believe that God can't even help you, or God won't even help you? David says of the situation, remember, he's fleeing from Jerusalem, and Absalom is entering into Jerusalem. The picture almost comes of Absalom entering in one gate and David fleeing out the other. But in reality, David was gone some hours prior to Absalom ever reaching Jerusalem with his army. But many are scroll back up, Ezra. I wasn't done with one. But David first and foremost cries out to God. How are mine adversaries increased? Many are they that rise up against me. Many are they that say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. He's bringing and laying this lament to God when his own son turns against him. Have you ever laid it before God when you stopped to think about all your adversaries? When it seems as even if your family is against you, we need to turn to God first. The next section, Psalm 3 verses 3 and scroll down, Ezra. Thank you. 3 and 4. David shifts his focus from his enemies round about him to his God. He says, but thou, O Jehovah, art a shield about me, my glory and lifter up of my head. I cry unto Jehovah with my voice, and he answers me out of his holy hill. You see David peering off around about him. Oh no. All of these enemies are around me. Oh. And they're saying there's no hope of God in him. There's no help for him in God. And then you see him looking up to God, and he says, but you, O Jehovah, art a shield about me. There's a ring of protection around him from Jehovah. That ring is Jehovah. Not only that, you see that David is saying, you are my glory, and you are the one that gives me strength to lift up my head. I cry unto Jehovah with my voice, And he answers out of his holy hill. He answers from on high. God is there to deliver anytime, every time we cry unto him. No matter how many enemies are around us, be it one, be it 1,000, God will deliver. God is there to deliver. We just need to cry unto him. Verses 5 and 6 and 7. Or do we go to the end of the chapter, Ezra? 8. So 5 through 8 is our final. We see David saying, in the midst of all this trouble, because I had cried unto God, and he will deliver me, and he answered me, I was able to lay down and sleep. We talked briefly in our devotion today about how we are to cast our care, our burden upon the Lord, for he will sustain you, and he will not suffer the righteous to be moved. Psalm 55, verse 22. David did just that, and he was able to lay down and sleep. He was able to wake refreshed because God sustained him. Because of that, David was able to say, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of the people that have set themselves round about me, against me round about. We have a song, a camp song, that features verses 6 and 7, which I sang on evening edification last night. But it expresses so wonderfully, we don't need to be afraid. God told Joshua in Joshua chapter 1 and 2, be not afraid, for I am with thee. He told him multiple times, do not be afraid, for I am with thee. Do we believe it? Do we have the same confidence that David does? Arise, O Jehovah. Save me, O my God, for you have smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. You've broken the teeth of the wicked. Salvation belongs unto Jehovah. Your blessing be upon your people. We don't have to fear anyone in this world, for God is with us. When we are beset by enemies, when we are beset by troubles and persecutions, cry unto the Lord. Seek to him for deliverance and salvation from your current troubles. God will sustain you. God will pull the teeth out of you, the enemy, so that they are not able to harm when they bite. Salvation belongs to God. There is no salvation in any other. There is no other name wherein we must be saved. And in that salvation is God's blessing upon his people. A psalm for comfort, a psalm for instruction, a psalm for our bottle, for our jar of nuggets. What nugget have you found from this? Just remember, we can take comfort in God being our strength, our shield, our glory, our lifter up of our head. We can approach any enemy without fear. Even in the midst of someone who is seeking our life, should the time come and they want to behead me, for example, I can go to my death with the name of my God on my lips, knowing he has saved me. Salvation belongs unto Jehovah. What a nugget for my jar. If God be for us, who can be against me? They can take my physical life, but they can never harm my spiritual. For Jehovah is my shield. It's the old prospector here, hoping that you found some nugget of strength, some nugget to put in your jar, so that when we stand before the judge on the great last day, that we can offer up a jar full of nuggets of gold, pleasing to him, and hear, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." Remember to walk with the King, and that there is indeed gold in them narrow pages. I'll see you on the next adventure. God bless.